Hello students, welcome to our next lecture on features of macroeconomics. We have already studied the basic concept of macroeconomics, that means introduction of macroeconomics. Along with the introduction, we have studied the various definitions given by Carl Shapiro and J.L. Hansen. Along with this, we have studied the study matter or the scope of macroeconomics. Now in this lecture, we are going to study the features of macroeconomics. There are various features of macroeconomics. The first feature is study of aggregates. Macroeconomics deals with the study of entire economy. It studies the overall conditions in the economy, such as national income, national output, total employment, general price level, etc., business cycle, etc. That means a macroeconomic studies the economy as a whole. It is considered with the aggregate concepts. This is the first feature of macroeconomics. The second one is income theory. Macroeconomics studies the concept of national income, its different elements, methods of measurement, and social accounting. Macroeconomics is also known as income analysis. It is also known as income theory. It studies the factors determining the national income and employment and the causes of fluctuations in the income and the employment. Hence, it is also known as a income theory. This is the second feature of macroeconomics. The third one is a general equilibrium analysis. A macroeconomics deals with the behavior of large aggregates and their functional relationship. A general equilibrium analysis, macroeconomics analysis is based on the general equilibrium. This is because it deals with the economic system as a whole and studies the interrelationship and interdependence between the various macro variables in an economy. For example, when aggregate demand and aggregate supply are equal, it will determine the level of income and employment in the country. Hence, this is the another feature of macroeconomics, a general equilibrium analysis. The fourth one is interdependence. The macroeconomics is based on interdependence. Interdependence is the core subject of macroeconomics. Everything depends on everything else. So there is an element of interdependence among the macroeconomic variables. For example, changes in the level of the investment will finally result in the changes in the level of income, output, employment, and economic growth. This is the another feature of macroeconomics, interdependence. Macro analysis takes into account the interdependence between the aggregate economic variables, such as income, output, employment, investment, price level, etc. This is the another feature of macroeconomics. The next one is lumping method. Lumping method is the study of whole economy rather than its part. According to Professor Bolding, forest is an aggregation of trees, but it does not reveal the properties of an individual tree. This reveals the difference between the microeconomics and macroeconomics. That means in microeconomics we study a single tree, but in macroeconomics we study a forest as a whole. A lumping method is useful for studying the macroeconomic variables. Hence, macroeconomics uses the lumping method for the purpose of economic study. The approach of macroeconomics is aggregative in nature. It considers the aggregate like national income, total consumption, general aggregates price level, instead of personal income, personal capital, and personal consumption. It studies the economy as a whole. It studies the national income rather than studying the personal income. This is the another feature of macroeconomics. The next one is growth models. The growth model. Macroeconomics studies various factors that contribute to the economic growth and the development. It is useful in developing growth models. These growth models are used for studying the economic development. For example, Mahalanobis growth model emphasize on the basic heavy industries. This has been studied in macroeconomics. So it is also known as the growth models. Macroeconomics, this is the another feature of macroeconomics. It is a growth model. Next one is general price level. Macroeconomics is determining the changes in the general price level, and these are studied in the macroeconomics. General price level is the average of all the prices of goods and services. The general price levels are the average of all the prices of goods and services currently being produced in the country, produced in the economy. Hence, this is the another feature of macroeconomics. Determination and changes in the general price level. This has been studied under the macroeconomics. This is the another feature of macroeconomics. The next one is policy oriented. The macroeconomics, the study of macroeconomics is useful for the formulation and implementation of economic policies of the government, especially monetary and fiscal policy. Macroeconomics is a policy oriented science. According to Keynes, macroeconomics is a policy-oriented science. It suggests suitable economic policies to promote economic growth, generate the employment, control of inflation and deflation, etc. This has been studied under the macroeconomics. So macroeconomics is policy-oriented. This is the another feature of macroeconomics. Now here we conclude with the features of macroeconomics. We have studied in this lecture the features of macroeconomics, and those are: number one, study of aggregates. That means macroeconomics studies as a whole. The second one is income theory. It is also known as income theory. Macroeconomics studies the concept of national income. The third one is general equilibrium analysis. Macroeconomics deals with the behavior of the large aggregates and their functional relationship. The fourth one is interdependence. Macro analysis takes into account the interdependence between the two variables working in the economy. Everything depends on everything else is the basic concept of macroeconomics. The next one is lumping method. Macroeconomics uses the lumping method for studying economy as a whole. The next one is the growth model. It studies the various factors that contribute to the economic growth and development. Thereafter, the general price level. And the last one is macroeconomics is policy oriented economics. Thank you.